Welcome back to the Jesse Rucinski show. Doing a best of the rest. Haven't done a best of the rest in a long time. It's not necessarily the best of the rest, but like the best. But this is the most obscene, ridiculous shit that I've seen in a very long time. As you see, I'm already right out there with profanity and vulgarities because this is the kind of stuff that makes my skin crawl, and it's the reason why none of my liberal friends even on the left progressives, they even like respond to me. Like they send me stuff and I'm like, hey, here, blah, 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 blah. And I give them actual facts, like transcripts, like court documents, actual stuff, like bills that people are trying to pass and stuff. Like, here you go. What? So, like, come at me, like testimony, like I said, all that stuff. I'm like, come at me. And they say nothing. That's why I got, another one, really the only one that we're not even friends anymore, really, the way, because we were once brothers, but I did a lot of thinking lately. And, it all makes sense now why he is the way he is. But first thing, start off on a better note for the stuff that royally actually sets me off and pisses me off to no end. One of the things I got him with was all these memes going on since, they did the tax the rich thing. And all of them, for some reason, you don't see any, with any people in the right on it, because all the left people on the left are the ones making the memes, and they have Elon Musk in all of them. Get it? I get it. He's a bajillionaire. I fully understand that. I'm not trying to say he doesn't. Just, make a lot of money. I'm also not trying to say that, the top 1% doesn't pay like over 3/4 of, all tax revenue for the country, but that's like 90%, something like that. Whatever, it's over 3/4. So like they don't pay their fair share. Actually, we just have a horrific spending problem. We're not, right. We were $990 billion in the whole fiscally. Before any spending happened again for the year, just stuff we had to pay for, and then we spent over, they've spent over $7 trillion. It puts us at like an $8 trillion hole for the year because of all this extra spending and all of these bills and plans and Build Back Better, even though we're building back nothing. But why do they always go after, it's always Elon Musk. Never go, I mean, it's not like, the left doesn't have any crazy rich people that don't, spend a lot and haven't been like making billions of dollars since the apocalypse started. At least that's what I call it. But there's no, any billionaires on the left that are scummy people, at all. They always have to go after the people on the right because that's all they have. Because, apparently, Oprah making all that money, Mark Cuban and all the stuff he feels like, George Soros, we all know the name and everything he's spending all of his money on. He's not a bad guy. Jeff Bezos, let's not get into that and all the stuff they're doing. Zuckerberg. I mean, Tim Cook. He might not be a billionaire yet, running Apple, but he's right up there with all those other people on the left, like doing all these things. But apparently they don't exist. And it's only the right that, they only have Elon Musk. That's all they ever have. Like there's other billionaires and there's a lot of people on the left that are billionaires, a lot more of them that do shady stuff, horrific stuff, actually, and all the money they're putting into all kinds of nefarious things. But again, that's all people on the left have because that's all they have. You give them any facts and they have a mental breakdown. Or they just go like they either explode on you or they go silent because they don't know how to comprehend like actual facts and like court filings that and all kinds of stuff to disprove what they're saying. Or their brains like I don't want to argue with them. Like there's no argument. Like these are basic, actual, like boom. Like we have a cataclysmic spending problem right now and all kinds of dumb shit that we don't need. Look at all those bills. Which brings me on to point 2, which really pissed me off, which is what I texted Drew about last night. Shocker, he didn't message me back. Who didn't see that coming? That illegals that were separated at the border families in 2018, possibly, Biden's looking into paying them $450,000 a person per family if they were separated. Children from adults. Now, heaven forbid, we make sure they're not being trafficked and everyone is who they say they are. But and the fact that them saying that children allegedly suffered extreme psychological harm while they were separated in 2018. $450K a person per family. Like, I don't know if anyone out there, like, you served, if you didn't serve, don't know anyone that served, you don't know. Like, I could have went to Iraq and died horrifically, and my next of kin would have got 400K, and that's where it ended. There's no per family member shit in there. It was 400K. See you later. Bye. Nice knowing you. But they're looking into possibly giving 450K per person per family that was separated at the border in 2018. And these are the same cocksuckers that say they really care about America and I don't know, our military and our veterans. You know how many veterans are dying from suicide today? We all know the number. The average, what, 22? For years. I'm sure they went higher last year during all the shutdowns and all the isolation. Yeah, but they care so much about how many of them are homeless that they do nothing about. How many people like Drew say, well, most homeless people made a choice. Like, yeah, because they, went overseas and they came back with, chronic, crazy PTSD and all kinds of other things. And everyone left them. They couldn't function. The government didn't give a shit. And now they're on the streets alone or dead. But hey, they care so much about us when they're letting all this happen for this goddamn long. But they have the money to give $450,000 per person, if not more, per family that was separated because it was so irreparable. The harm was so dangerous to their brains. Like, you could take that and shove it up your ass. The cartels smuggling people and all the sexual assaults and dumps, drugging and everything that happens to all these people crossing the border right now and making those treks, that harms them psychologically. Going overseas, getting shot at, getting blown up, all these things that everyone deals with, and then no one understands. A lot of people, the families leaving, that's how they end up on the streets because they can't handle it, and the VA doesn't give a damn. They get to sit on the streets after what they did for the country, and these cocksuckers who are literally breaking the law can get $450,000 per person per family of taxpayer dollars. Never mind if you have any problems after you get done with the military deployments or anything. Heaven forbid if you're homeless, or God forbid you died because your family only gets 400K once. That's it. 450 per. If that does not make your skin crawl and your blood boil, why? Leave. Please go somewhere else. Go to another country where you could be a selfish cocksucker and only care about yourself and think that we need to take care of everybody, but we don't need to take care of our own veterans because they chose to do that. And that's why they're homeless. Brings me back to, Drew, because he's, this crazy progressive. Well, it doesn't affect me, so I don't care. So I thought back, which is what, he said we should take all these illegals in, give them whatever the hell they need, regardless of what the tax burden, because they need our help. But, veterans, they choose to be homeless if they go there. Homeless people, like most of them have some kind of psychological shit that they need worked out, but no one gives a damn. They just let them live on the streets. And they build tent cities around them and say, screw it, instead of actually trying to do anything about it. The people like Drew, when I was going through anything growing up, or even since then, you'll figure it out. Let's go back to the time where he couldn't watch DVDs because his dad wouldn't let him use his DVD player. So he didn't watch Harry Potter. He borrowed ours because we were there for him. Or he got kicked out of his parents' house. And all the arguments I got with my mother daily about him living there, for how long I kept him there. You know why? Because when he had problems, I cared. And we rallied around him. And it's funny, all the people that were in that situation are on one side that cared for him. And the people that always just need, no give a damn. Suddenly they're all on the other side, which makes complete and utter sense now, because I actually am a compassionate human being and truly give a shit about other people. Not just, well, it doesn't affect me, because guess what? Him being homeless and kicked out of his house didn't affect me one damn bit, but I still went out of my way and got into many arguments. Ask my mother, comment on this. She doesn't have Facebook, but I can read it off to her. Comment on YouTube. She can look on YouTube. I could tell her. Arguments I got into nonstop about him being the one, but it wasn't my problem. But I'm actually compassionate human being, not just saying, well, it's their damn fault they're homeless. Well, screw them, but these people need our help. No, people that are in our country, you don't just go homeless like most of them. Like, there's something wrong and they need help and no one gives a shit. Like him. But illegals need help. And it's not even our country. We need to give away tens of billions of dollars a year for, take care of them hand over fist, when people that actually, gave up everything for the country and they didn't give a shit, or just popping themselves off. Hate to use the phrase, but that's it. At a cyclic rate a day, no one cares about that. But illegals need our help. Like, that's the kind of stuff that sets me off. Like, really, really, really off. And if it does not piss you off, please go somewhere else. Or just don't vote, don't share your opinion, just leave the rest of the world alone, because you are a scumbag. You are a dumpster fire on wheels. You're worse than gingers. You're just a soulless, worthless human being. Like military members that die get 400K, and these because they were separated at the border up to 450 a person per family. Like if that isn't a slap in the teeth and doesn't pretty much tell you everything that we've all been saying on the right, anyone's listening to this, veterans, that they don't, they don't care about the military. Why you look at big military places, they go red because they know what it's like between the two. I can tell you my experience between both of them, just in combat zone. It's immense ROE and everything, how different it was. But that moves me on to an even bigger thing that really pisses me off, and we get on to the Alec Baldwin thing, and everyone's going to say, "Oh, you're just being a dick. You're being so mean. You're making fun of it." No, I'm actually not being, making any fun about it at all. Because there's nothing, funny about it. Memes are funny. I mean, like I stand behind Alec Baldwin because I sure as hell ain't standing in front of him. Yeah. No matter what anyone wants to say, the situation is completely screwed. But here's the thing, and all the people on that side, like I've seen people like in all the comments and on that side, and my liberal friends, the few that I have, say, "Oh, well, it's not his fault." Like, I hate to break it to every single one of you on that side, and everyone that listens to this, whether you're on, whatever side you're on, like, you have to agree, like, it was in his hand. Last time I checked, all the safety rules, which you should learn: treat every weapon as if it was loaded. Don't point a gun at anything you do not intend to shoot. Keep your finger off that trigger. You're ready to keep that bitch on safe until you intend to fire. Like, they are very, very simple rules. It's not my fault that they all broke everything. He grabs a weapon. He should check to make sure it is empty. If he's just, rehearsing, to make sure it's clear. How many times any of us, like, "Oh, here, look at this," and they hand you a weapon, it's clear, you cock it back again just to make sure, like anyone that knows anything about guns, like, that's what you do. You hand it over, you make sure you clear the bastard before you hand it over. Like, we all know that, and you don't flail it at anybody. Like, I'm sorry. Like, he should fry for it, regardless of who was there. Like, it entered his hand. He did not check. He pointed at someone. He killed someone. He broke all the rules of weapons, and someone died because he couldn't look. It's our big bad Alec Baldwin with all the shit he's talked about gun owners. Like, it's funny how he didn't know any of the rules. He didn't follow any safety things or check that it was clear. I mean, like, is he going to take their word? Check. And it took 3 extra seconds to check to make sure they weren't full of it. And you know what the worst thing is? He's going to walk away probably the rate they go with less time than I got. You know what I did? I went to a place called 5 Star Nutrition here in Jacksonville. I got hit crossing the street many hours later with a sample of psychotic pre-workout in my pocket that exploded. It has MDAA in it. That meant it field tested as meth. And somehow within 3 hours, my life flight barely landed at midnight, 1, 2. By 3 o'clock in the morning, somehow there was a bench warrant out for me without them, actually testing it. Like, bench warrant, as in, like, I did not show up. Got someone to sign a bench warrant for meth, even though they didn't actually test it. It was just a field test. And I actually got arrested for getting run over because here we are almost 2 years later, and they still haven't run the damn test. I still might have only been 2-3 hours. I was still in there. I did more time for getting run over with a pre-workout sample in my pocket because of shitty cops not doing their damn job in a corrupt system here in this shithole than Alec Baldwin's going to get for killing someone. Hate to break it to you, I don't do meth. I've never done meth. I know a lot of people that did meth. Most of them are dead. It was a pre-workout sample. 2 years later, somehow, almost, I managed to get arrested in that amount of time because they still haven't done the test at the actual lab. I did more time than he's probably going to do for killing someone. It's amazing how that works out, isn't it? And that's why no one has any faith in it, because you're big, powerful, rich enough. Like, you'll get away with legitimate murder, and everyone's giving him sympathy. Like, I'm sorry, he's a dumbass. He did not check the thing. He did not make sure it was actually clear and that it was a cold weapon, and he shot some motherfucker who did not have to die, who did not deserve to die. They're dead because of his negligence. Hell, give it involuntary manslaughter. I don't care. He's like, no matter what, it goes into your hand. There's no reason why he shouldn't get any charges. Hell, if I did it, I'd be in jail right now for forever. It wouldn't be like waiting or investigating. My ass would be gone. Around here, I wouldn't get this big long thing and try to make sure everything was okay. I'd be gone. Wonder how I know that? Because I literally got hit by some dick going mock Jesus down the road with a pre-workout pack in my pocket. You can see the pack, and somehow I got arrested and he like scot-free. And they didn't lab test it to see anything because it was a psychotic pre-workout. And you look at psychotic, it has MDMA in it, which is what tests as meth, because pre-workouts are the same chemically as meth minus the drug. Just like Ritalin is speed and everything else that's out there. Like, I got arrested for that. Somehow he's still walking scot-free after legitimately shooting someone. Regardless, sorry, he should be in a box somewhere. So that story really, like, it's a big joke. Everyone gets, I made the joke. So I got a great laugh out of all of it. But somehow he's still there. Like, I would be thrown in a box. I don't know how I know that, because I've been thrown in a box for literally getting run over. Because no one did their job before they tested anything. Somehow they got someone to sign off on a warrant at 2 or 3 in the morning on Thanksgiving of all days, which means no one was working anywhere. And a bench warrant, which for not showing up, which I didn't even get a chance to show up before anyone even ran a test with all the sheriff's deputies. Like, yeah, they're not supposed to do that, because a bunch of idiocy, and he's still walking scot-free. I'm going to do more time for getting run over than he did for actually killing someone. Sorry, that pisses me off. And anyone defending him, I'm sorry, what, there's very simple rules. Any of us that have guns know what. Keep your finger straight and off that trigger. Keep it on safe. Check it. Don't point it at anything you do not intend to shoot. And again, treat it as it's loaded and check the bitch to make sure it isn't. Like, I don't know how hard that is, or how people, like, I don't get how people are giving him sympathy. I've seen lots of people that I know giving him a pass. Lots of people in general. Like, did he check it? No. Did someone die? Yes. Was the gun in his hand? Yes. Should he have checked it automatically because of that? Yes. Because that's what you do with weapons. Notice it's idiots that have no idea what they're doing that cause all this stupid stuff to happen. But that's what really pisses me off. People that I know that have died overseas get less money. You know, the family, one person got less money than each member of an illegal family if they got separated, which is what Biden's looking into. And that, if that doesn't piss you off, there's something wrong with you, because it should piss you off completely. Like, I'm still fighting in courts just to get them to run the fucking lab test. We're less than a month away from it being 2 full years, and they still haven't even run the damn thing. So I got thrown in a box. And he's still free as a daisy after shooting someone in the chest to death. If that doesn't bother you, then, like, I don't know, reach out to me. Reach out to God. I don't know, but that should irritate the living hell out of everybody. So, before I continue on this rant, which I could do for a very long time on how stupid all of this is, I'm going to go. I wish everyone a very happy Halloween, very good weekend. Hopefully you get to go trick-or-treating with, friends, take your kids, give out candy to kids, and be as normal as you can. Go to Halloween parties if you want to. Live life. Do what you can, but enjoy it, because, it only happens once a year. Whether you're doing it tonight, tomorrow, Sunday, who knows? Everyone seems to, I know people are doing it all different days. People are trick-or-treating tonight. I know people are, like our neighborhood, and like down here, we're doing it on Sunday, on Halloween. Like, everyone's doing it all over the place. There's trunk or treat things going on all over the place, to include tomorrow. Like, just enjoy the weekend. If you have kids, really enjoy it, because, and they get to go trick-or-treating, go with them. Enjoy it. Let them be kids, damn it. Please go and enjoy it. It's been such an abysmal, couple of years. Go out there and let them be kids. Have fun, see people, laugh. Everyone needs some laughter. Look, I'm done talking about it. I'm good again. I'm looking forward to Sunday. Somehow the one piece of my costume that I need to finish it, like it's the pants, which somehow I ordered first, but still aren't here. If they're not here by tomorrow, well, then I'm going to have to go and find something that looks like what I need. But, otherwise I'm ready to go, and I'm looking forward to it. If people come over, I'm going to go see other people. Like, it's all going to be fun. Going to give out candy. Enjoy it, though. It's Halloween, one of the funnest times of the year. So enjoy it. That though, really, thanks for checking me out. And if this is after like Halloween, well, still, thanks for checking me out. Thanks for watching the video, listening to it. Just please comment and share it out. Follow along on all the platforms, whatever it is: Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Getter, Instagram, if it actually goes to it. It's been giving me fits lately. Anchor, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Overcast, Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, or over on iHeartRadio, Audible, and Amazon Podcasts. Whatever you're doing, just follow along, comment on the videos on YouTube, share everything out. It helps me out, helps get more eyes on it. Tell me what you think. Enjoy your weekend. Be good to each other. Eat some good stuff. And again, it's Thanksgiving, yeah. Halloween weekend. Probably one of the best holidays. I mean, whether you have kids or not, but I mean, if you don't have kids, you can still give out candy and eat good. So enjoy it as much as you can. Have a good weekend. I'll be back on Monday. Thanks for checking me out. And like always, until next time, my friends, enjoy your weekend and peace.